I'll share 6 unobvious factors that you need to consider when choosing an AI chatbot for your business. I won't talk about things like pricing because, you would have thought about it anyway, even if you hadn't clicked on that video. We've been in that space since 2020 and we've seen and learned quite a lot about it, so let's get to the first one. You can't just use ChatGPT, you need control and customization options. AI chatbots are based on large language models, LLMs. You've probably heard and used ChatGPT, it's amazing, and this tool, among others, is based on them. But out-of-the-box LLMs aren't ready for serious business applications. Why? Well, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't sell my Chevrolet Tahoe for $1. Just for context, in case you missed that, a Twitter user, I can't get used to that X name, I hate it, posted screenshots of his interaction with a Chevrolet cars dealer chatbot, and he got it to make an offer to sell a brand new car for $1. It went viral, and the company removed it from the website. LLMs are sometimes unpredictable, and without additional guardrails and customizing them to your needs, you can trick them into doing things you don't necessarily want. An AI chatbot is going to be a representative of your company. It will interact with your customers, prospects, and users. The brand you've been building for years, the look, the voice, the vibe, as you know, it's very hard to get them ingrained in the minds of the people in your market. But if you want to try to do this nevertheless, of course you should try. You need to be consistent across every touchpoint with your company. And an AI assistant is, of course, yet another one. So you need tools that will let you customize its personality, behavior, style of conversation, which include things like length of responses, how quickly it gets to the point, or whether it drops names of other products clients might be interested in, and more. If you build your uniqueness on being edgy like Burger King sometimes does, although you need to be careful with that, you generally interact with your clients differently than, say, a bank that keeps people's money. In that case, you may want to stay professional and solid, unless you want the US presidential candidate to call you out on Twitter. There are many ways to answer your customers' questions. There isn't a one-size-fits-all solution, so be sure that the tool you decide to go with offers you comprehensive customization tools to let you make the AI truly yours. The second thing? A good URL scraper. Refunds, complaints, deliveries. You know who might need super-powered customer support? E-commerce stores. If you're running one, you'd probably appreciate a seamless way to import all of your FAQs, policies, and especially product descriptions to the AI chatbot, so it knows these things, and you can use that knowledge to serve your customers well. If you're a marketplace or sell many SKUs in your store, you definitely don't want to build your knowledge base manually. Before you buy your new chatbot, ensure that the product has good URL options. What do I mean by that? Well, test how these features format your content. Are they well structured? Do they contain relevant information like pages metadata or buttons text? Does it correctly include links to your products? You want this, not that. Why is that important? Well, it's a machine after all, right? These little things are important for the so-called embedding process that translates your data to a format that's understandable and usable for the AI. Secondly, pay attention to how it structures your knowledge. For the same reason I mentioned in the previous point, embeddings. It's crucial that your knowledge base follows a logical structure, just like your website. Your terms and conditions documents should be added to a separate element than, say, information about your ongoing promotions. A well-designed feature would smartly create separate elements for each of these pages. If it puts all of your website's content into one bucket, well, stay alert. AI isn't magic. If you can't find your way around your documents, nor will AI. Third aspect will be short. Sometimes you don't want to add all of your website and only a specific page, so make sure you have that choice. Funzionalità multilingual Sorry. You need actually good and reliable multilingual capabilities, not like the ones you've just heard. You have dedicated years perfecting your product and achieved success in your home country. You decided that it's time to take this passion global and venture into new and promising foreign markets. As you plan this exciting expansion, you realize something crucial. Your brand's voice, the one that resonated so well in your home country, needs to remain as powerful and authentic while abroad. Now that you have a chatbot, how can you ensure that your brand names, the voice you've so carefully crafted, translate effectively? Theoretically, large language models the AI chatbots are based on can speak multiple languages. However, the performance of generative models deteriorates quickly in languages other than English. It's because models behind tools like ChatGPT were trained on internet data, which is way more content in English compared to other languages. Since these models were trained on broad datasets, they may have not picked up on specialized or industry-specific language, and as a result, you can struggle with correctly translating some words and terms. If you want to understand how that works and find out if ChatGPT is a real polyglot, well, check out that video. Think about your brand's unique elements, such as product names or taglines. Since they didn't appear in datasets that often, they may be translated incorrectly. For example, in Germany, there's a museum called Kupferstichkabinett. Not like these either. If your chatbot is going to interact with international customers, check if it gives you the ability to control these things, to preserve your brand names, and keep them sound natural and consistent, no matter where in the world they heard. The fourth one is vendor lock-in and service continuity. The most popular LLMs that power AI chatbots are OpenAI's GPTs, like GPT 3.5, which the free version of ChatGPT uses under the hood. While they are great, they sometimes, just as every other services, experience downtimes and outages. Like the one following the developers conference organized by OpenAI, the Dev Day. If you're about to put your AI chatbot front and center on your website or integrate with the tools you or your users use every day, you need some mechanism that secure your chatbot from going to sleep or acting in undesired ways. You should have the option to choose different LLM vendors or have built-in functionality that uses different models to ensure continuous service. If you're also worried about privacy issues or policies of certain LLM vendors, choosing a product that allows you to avoid vendor lock-in might be a good move. Let's get to the fifth one, conversation complexity. Think about the types of questions your customers usually ask. Are they simple, repetitive, and don't require anyone to look into them in detail? That's good, as probably most chatbots can handle them nowadays. Even if you're not running a niche technical IT consultancy, once in a while you're going to encounter a rather unusual inquiry or one that requires a human action, like investigating a complaint. In these cases, rather than having the AI impersonate an actual human or give inaccurate responses to your customers, you may want to have more control. Look out for features that let you always take the reins if needed. Ideally, the chatbot should automatically detect whether, for example, an angry customer demands to speak with a human and pass such a conversation to your customer support team. You should have the option to trigger such handoffs by letting AI analyze the context of the conversation and make the call, or at least by letting you set keywords that indicate the need for a handoff, such as cancellation or a refund. Your chatbot should seamlessly work with your team, blending the power of human and AI support to create the optimal experience. And since you're handing off a conversation to your team, check if you can set your working hours and if your chatbot can communicate this to the customer. The sixth and the last one, integrations. So conversation AI tools don't live in a vacuum, nor does your business, so definitely check out their integration pages. Most of them should have the option to embed a widget on your website, but if you're, say, an e-commerce, you probably talk to your customers in many different ways. WhatsApp, Facebook, Messenger, Telegram, Instagram, Slack, Discord. Those are the places your customers hang out, and your chatbot should be able to answer questions there directly. And that's without taking up the time of your IT department. One-click integrations are always nice. And that's it for today. If you want more information like this, check out our blog at quickchat.ai or our LinkedIn, where we post everything we learned about implementing AI in business in the last few years. Oh, and if you're curious if ChatGPT can actually speak multiple languages well, check out this video.